for somebody else for the rest of my life, but I don't like know what else I want to do. Hey, hi, hello you guys. Welcome to a video. I have tried to start a vlog for like a week straight. Okay, there are like so many bugs around my car right now and I get like paranoid that they're inside, but they're outside. I don't know what's going on. Okay, I've tried to start filming a vlog for like the last week and I have just hated everything that I filmed. I have been in such a creative rut and just like a work rut, honestly. Like I have felt so just like meh in my corporate job as well. Like this is not just a YouTube thing. And so I kind of just took last week to like take a break from filming and just focus on my corporate job and just like doing the minimum. Like it was definitely not a week where I was excelling. It was just kind of like a week where I was getting by. We also went to Boston this past weekend. So I worked like last week, Monday through Thursday, and then took a long weekend. We traveled to Boston and we just got back yesterday, Sunday at like 4. I feel like typically after I come back from a vacation, like if I get back on Sunday, I basically just consider Sunday a wash. Like I'm like, okay, well it's still vacay, so let me just like eat whatever I want. Like I don't know, I just like have myself a night basically. But I knew I was like looking out for my future self. I know that my Sunday scaries are the worst when I'm just getting back from a trip, and it just makes me feel worse when I'm like eating like garbage and scrolling on my phone and just like, I don't know, just like putting myself more into like an anxious rut. And so we got back in yesterday at 5 and I was like, okay, you know what? We're just gonna like get our life together a little bit tonight. So I started laundry. We didn't end up ordering food, but we got like salads. So I was like eating a nutritious meal. I actually also deleted Instagram from my phone last night so that I wouldn't be tempted to scroll. And I started a new book and I just like had a little bit of a relaxing night. And I feel like that just like set me up for a better Monday. Like I'm definitely not going into the week as anxious, but I'm like still in a little bit of a rut and I don't really know what it is. So it's like 1 p.m. right now and I am stepping away from my desk. I'm gonna go get a coffee. It's like not even about the coffee. It's just about the act of getting in my car, driving somewhere, interacting with people, like reminding myself that there's a world outside of my email and like my Excel spreadsheets. So that's what we're gonna go do. We're gonna go pick up a coffee and we can do more of a chit chat because I just have a lot on my mind. We haven't chatted like I feel like in a while, or at least I haven't started vlogging in a while. So okay, we're parked again. I just pulled up to a shady spot near my house and I feel like I just need to like get some stuff on my chest or just like talk about what's on my mind because I don't know, I feel like at this point, y'all know on my channel, I don't like hide my feelings very well. And if I'm like in a rut or going through something, like it's pretty obvious in like my demeanor. And I also never want to like come on here and like, for instance, this was supposed to be like a productive reset, okay? And it like still will be, but like I'm struggling a little bit here and yeah, I'm in a rut and I don't want you guys to think that like everything's fine and dandy and we're just like resetting and it's all rainbows over here. I think where my like funk is stemming from, last week my company rolled out this like software that's downloaded on all of our computers and it basically just like, I don't know, like tracks your screen time. Just like bandwidth tracking, I guess is a good way to put it. Hold on, coffee break. Which is fine. Like I'm fine with that because like I get my work done. I work over 8 hours a day. Like I'm not like concerned that this is going to impact me in any way. I think it's just the idea of like being like managed by somebody to that extent. I don't know. It's just like weird for me. And I think I'm like struggling with it. Not even because I'm concerned that like I'm not doing my shit and that I'm gonna get in trouble. That is not it at all. It's, I think me just like having a little bit of like a midlife crisis thinking like, is this what I want to do for the rest of my life? Like, do I want to clock into a corporate job where like, whether they're tracking my software or not, or like tracking my computer or not, like I'm always answering to somebody. And I think this sounds like, okay, this is getting deep, but I swear like this is where it's stemming from. Like, I think it's just the idea that I'm going to be like answering to somebody for the rest of my life, whether that's like literally with this tracking or figuratively. So I think that whole thing that happened last week where they were like rolling out this software, and it was honestly pretty sudden too. So I feel like I was just like grappling with it last week and thinking like, okay, like this is fine, but like, Do I love the idea of like feeling a bit micromanaged? No. Do I understand that in a remote workforce, like in a corporate job, like that's probably necessary? Yes, I totally get that. I just am like questioning if like the corporate shtick is like right for me. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like we have to all kind of like question, what are we doing with our lives, right? Like I can't be the only one that's like, is this where I'm meant to be? And is this what I want to do forever? And I don't know. I've already switched careers once. Like I used to be in the fitness industry. I used to work at a gym. I used to be a personal trainer. And then I switched to like a remote marketing role. And now I've been in this role for 3 years. And I don't know. I'm just struggling. I don't know. Am I like happy in my day to day? Like, yeah, I feel really blessed that I'm able to work from home. I feel like I do have a good amount of flexibility, even with this like software that's tracking my time. Like I still have a good amount of flexibility to like take time during my day to like go on walks and grab a coffee and all of that. Like I don't feel like that is gonna ever be questioned. Like I don't feel like my company is gonna be like, you are away from your computer for 10 minutes during this time. Like I don't think that that is gonna be the extent of it. I think it's literally just like that whole tracking your computer thing kind of like snowballed into me being like, oh, I don't want to like work for somebody else for the rest of my life, but I don't like know what else I want to do. And I don't know. I'm just kind of like in that little headspace, and that was where I was last week. And I think that that's why I didn't want to vlog. And I honestly think I just like didn't know what I was going through. Like I was like, why do I feel weird about this? And I think that that's why. I think it's like a bigger picture thing that was like stemming and that was like brewing in my brain, and I just like didn't put it into words until literally right now, and I'm like kind of grappling with it right now in real time. So yeah, I honestly think that's why I was in a bit of a rut. And it was like really nice. Like we went to Boston over the weekend, and so I had some time off and away from work, which was really, really nice because last week was like on top of all of that was just a crazy week. And so I had a good weekend away, but like I'm still kind of like clocking back in today. I'm like, I don't know. I just still feel a little bit weird, but yeah, but I am happy to be vlogging today, and I do still want to continue this like productive little couple of days. I forgot where I was left off. I had to like move my camera because it was overheating, but I signed up for a berries class today. That's like the first thing that I do when I get back from vacation is sign up for a class like the day after I get back from vacation, just to like kickstart it and like get me back on track. It's also just like easier for me to sign up for a class and know that like, okay, I'm already committed, I'm locked in, I'm signed up. It's like harder for me to bail basically. Whereas I feel like if I were to do something at home, I don't know. I feel like I would just like give myself a lot of leeway and not push myself as hard. So we're gonna do a berries class tonight. I feel good about that. I need to make some lunch here soon. I need to just like eat a nutrient. Like our whole trip in Boston, I don't think I consumed one vegetable, and I'm not even exaggerating. Like I don't think I ate one vegetable. Yeah, I literally don't think I did, which was probably why I was craving a salad so bad last night. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do like a smoothie, something like light and refreshing for lunch. Thank you for listening to my little ramble chat here. Let's get on with the day. We're gonna have a good day. We can still have a good day even though we're just like, we're in a little bit of a funk. We're in a little bit of a funk. The day moves on, life moves on. It's gonna be a good day. I feel like I make some variation of a smoothie in like every single one of my videos. Honestly, it's because it's like the easiest lunch / snack ever. And so I basically have this during a work day whenever I don't feel like cooking anything or don't have time to. And it's just some sort of frozen fruit. I typically will use like mixed berries. I added in some sweet cherries today, which is so good. Those are like super tart, so I feel like they're really good if you have a sweet tooth. And then I added in some like Dannon Light and Fit Greek yogurt, peanut butter powder for like a peanut butter flavor. And then I just added in, actually, this is new. I just started to add in this collagen. I have not really been taking a collagen supplement. I mean, it's basically all protein, yeah. 10 grams of protein for a scoop, so I just add this in alongside the yogurt and the peanut butter powder for like additional protein. I'm not like tied to this brand, but it was just on Amazon, so boom, that's my little smoothie. I'm also just realizing, hold on, to get a straw. Since I basically scrapped all of my vlogs from last week, you guys haven't seen our new cabinets. I will put a before like video or a picture of our like dark, what the cabinets used to look like. It was like a dark walnut wood, and this is them now. Please ignore the messy kitchen, but look how gorge these white cabinets are. I'm obsessed with them. I feel like it lightens the room so much. Like I used to not like that we had dark countertops like that, but I actually really like the countertops now that there's like a contrast with the color of the cabinets. I feel like it looks so good. Yeah, I'm gonna drink, eat, my little lunch, and then finish up the workday. It's like 2 hours left of the workday. And then an hour before my workout, I will slam an Uncrustable. When was the last time you've had an Uncrustable? Because this is your sign to get one. I feel like they're like the perfect pre-workout snack. Perfect fuel pre-workout. So I'll do this and then have that, and then we'll make dinner. After that workout, I'm like kind of nervous for the workout. Berries is always hard after you've had like a little bit of a bender of a weekend, which we definitely did. We drank quite a bit in Boston and just like bar hopped and ate all of the foods, and so it's always hard to like go into a class where you're doing mainly like sprints and high intensity stuff. But I feel like the best way to get back into it is to just sign up and force yourself to go. Once I like get the momentum back, it's like typically easier. It's just like always hard to do the first class, do the first workout, like eat the first healthy meal after you're like been on a trip. But that's why I will usually like always sign up for a class when I'm coming back from my trip and like want to get back into the routine quickly, because it just like, I don't know, it like helps me hold myself accountable, and like I can plan my whole day around going to that class. Like I know that if I were to just like eat whatever I want all day today, I'm gonna feel like shit whenever I'm like trying to sprint later. So it just keeps me on track through the day. And that's also one of the reasons I like to work out in the evening. I feel like that's an unpopular opinion, but I really, really enjoy evening workouts. One, because the workday's done, so I'm not like in my workout in the morning like thinking about all I have to do at work. And then two, I'm like more likely to like eat in accordance to my goals. Like I'm less likely to like snack a whole bunch, because I know that like anything I eat is directly going to impact how I feel in my workout. And so I'm like just generally more inclined to stay on track. So that's why I love evening workouts, but that's just me.
You step back flat together, and then you stand up. All the ways on the heel, we're alternating what leg.
Okay, we are back home and let's chat while I do some skincare. I just showered. Chandler's downstairs making some dinner. I will say, I'm proud of myself for going to the workout class. I feel like for some reason, and I don't know why this is, especially with my background in like fitness and like I have a degree in health and fitness management, but when I'm like overwhelmed, feeling like in a funk, like feeling meh, my nutrition and my fitness routine is like the first thing that leaves. Like I'm like, I'm not feeling it today, like not gonna work out. I do feel like this year in general, I have just made it more of a priority, and like I stick with it. I honor the workouts that I commit to no matter like how I'm feeling. And so, hey, that's a win for the day. I will take the win today. I need it. We're also like cooking a super simple, healthy meal for dinner. We're just like grilling some chicken, some green beans, and then making like a boxed like couscous, I think. Couscous from a box. So super simple, super simple. That's kind of the theme. I also feel like this video was like meant to be productive reset, and like the whole vibe is changing because it's just turning into me like getting out of a funk. But basically work, I was like working right up until we had to leave for the workout class, like the last possible second, where like if we didn't leave at that moment, we would have been late for the class. And I was like still trying to solve this thing at work, and I was just overwhelmed. It was a long, like busy day, which is fine. But I feel like I like had to wrap up work in like a huff. Chandler was like, we gotta go. And I was just like in the worst mood, like in the car ride on the way to the workout. And he was like trying to talk to me, and I was just like, I'm busy, I'm trying to do this thing. And I was just like I wasn't being rude, but I was just like, I don't know. I have such a hard time compartmentalizing things. Like if I'm stressed at work, I like bring it into my relationship. I bring it into like the rest of my day. And I really don't like that about myself, but it's really hard for me to compartmentalize like aspects of my life. And so that kind of happened. I will say like the workout, it was a good stress reliever, to just like have somebody tell me what to do. I couldn't look at my phone. That is another reason I love classes. It like literally forces you to like not check your emails. Like you have to be paying attention, right? Like the instructor is literally looking at you, and you can't just like be on your phone in a class. And so that was really nice. But yeah, I feel bad. I feel bad that like I treat people in my life, it's mainly like people that are close to me, but I just like feel bad that they get the wrath of me not being able to compartmentalize things like that. And so I don't know, there's like really no point to this chat. I just like want to be transparent with you that I'm still struggling today. The top priority now is just to go downstairs and spend some quality time with Chandler. And first of all, apologize for how I was acting on the way to the gym. I was not being rude by any means, but like he is just so good at compartmentalizing things in his life. Like, he will have a really tough day at work and then come downstairs and act like the sweetest human being to me. And like, he never lets, I don't know, like things roll over from work. Oh, it's hot in here. He like never lets things roll over from work, and I am just not that way. And that is something that I love about him that I wish I could do. I feel like I'm just gonna pull this vlog into tomorrow, and I want to wake up early and try to like get my day, my life back on track, because this morning, it's Monday. Yeah, it's Monday. I did not wake up very early. Like, I only had about like 20 minutes to myself this morning. And then I basically just like jumped into work and didn't have like a lot of time to like, I don't know, just like settle into the day. And I always feel better when I have a long, quiet morning routine where I'm just like by myself. I do something that makes me happy in the morning before I clock in to my corporate job and basically clock in for someone else. But I didn't have that this morning, and I can definitely like feel it. Like, I can feel it, just I can feel it. So tomorrow, I'll bring this vlog into tomorrow. We're gonna have a slow little morning routine, and we're gonna keep going, dig ourselves out of this little funk. Another thing, and I'm just gonna put us on blast. This is the state of our room. So I started laundry yesterday. Clearly did not finish laundry. We also never made the bed. So like this doesn't help. That's all dirty over there. This doesn't help my mental space either. So I think tonight I'm gonna try to clear all this stuff, clear my little side table, go to sleep with a fresh space, and then hopefully wake up tomorrow in a little bit of a better headspace. I'm gonna try to give myself like an hour and a half in the morning to just like ease into the day, read my book, watch some YouTube, just like do things that make me happy, not look at my phone. And I feel like that will put us off to a better start.
And test.
You want breakfast? I don't know if I've showed you guys my new cozy little work nook, but I basically sold my desk, my rolly chair, and my monitor. And this is where I work now because this makes me happier. If you work at a desk, you might think I'm crazy, but I like never use my monitor, and I feel like I'm just more efficient on my laptop. And so I got this little rolly standy desk, and I roll it out to work, and then at night and on the weekends I will typically roll it up so that this is no longer like a little work area and it's more of a nook. And it just makes me so much happier. I can't remember if I showed this on my channel before, so. Hello you guys, I really apologize for the lighting. It is just fully dark outside. It is after the workday. It's 6:30. And I'm gonna go on a little solo date. Really, I'm just like going to run a super quick errand and like treat myself to a beverage. I usually work out on Tuesdays, but I don't know, I wasn't feeling it. And I'm just trying to like do something that is going to make me happy. And so I want to go get myself a Fountain Diet Coke because I'm craving a Fountain Diet Coke so bad. And so that will make me happy. And then I want to pick up some groceries and mostly pick up some flowers because our kitchen table is looking bare and I feel like flowers just make me happy. So that's what we're doing. I also just feel like when I'm in a rut, getting out of my house, even if I'm only in my car for like 5 minutes, like really does just remind me that there is a world outside of my work, a world outside of the computer, my house, and it just like centers me a little bit. I don't know. Maybe that's silly, but it's fully worth it to me, and that's kind of like what this little trip is gonna be. I've just been home all day. It was actually a very, very long work day. I didn't really take like I took that little break to clean like you guys saw, but I was honestly just away from my desk for like 30 minutes and I was just sitting the rest of the time, which I hate doing. I should have prioritized walks, but hey, we're not beating ourselves up about it and we are just gonna like move forward with this current moment and do something that makes us happy. So I'm gonna go run a couple errands. I want to like drive, but I know my camera's gonna fly. So actually, let me just like get this off my chest because I was thinking about this earlier today when I was like doing dishes and stuff. Sorry, the shadow is so weird. I know this lighting's horrible. I was just kind of thinking when I was doing dishes, like kind of expanding on what we chatted about yesterday with just like not really knowing what I'm doing with my life. I also just feel like I'm just struggling to like not know what's next for me. Like I'm in a management position now, so I feel like I've already like sort of climbed the corporate ladder, even though I never really fully intended to. Like I started this job, like an entry-level position in this job, and so I was able to kind of like work my way up to a management position. And I feel like after manager, it's like it gets intense. Like if you're like a director and like moving up in corporate, like that is intense, and I feel like it takes so much of your life, and I don't think that that's my calling. Like it's definitely not what I want. I have always said when I was young, I want to work to live. I never want my job to consume my life. Like I always want that work-life balance. I'm trying to get away from the shadow, but I feel like we're just doomed and we're gonna deal with the shadow. Yeah, I've like seen family members. I've like seen like transparently, we're just getting super vulnerable in this video. Like I've seen people very close to me work a job, multiple jobs that they just hate their entire life. And I have always said I was never going to do that no matter how much money I can make. Like for me, having that work-life balance and like enjoying my life and my day-to-day is always going to be more important to me than making a lot of money. Like that will always be the case. That is always what I've said. And so I think, yeah, I'm like struggling a little bit because I'm like, what's next from here? Like I don't really see myself continuing to climb the corporate ladder, and so where really do you go? And I also struggle because I while I don't want to like climb and keep moving, I have an issue when I'm stagnant. Like when I'm stagnant, I feel like I'm not being fulfilled and I'm not like trying and I'm not challenging myself. And so yeah, I'm like stuck in between a rock and a hard place basically, because I'm like, I want to like keep pushing myself in my career, but like I don't want to necessarily like move up anymore. And so like, where do you go? Does that make sense? Is this super niche? I feel like it cannot be. I feel like so many of you watching this are probably in corporate and like wondering what is next for you. Like what's the next step? And it's just, yeah, I don't know. This is basically just an extension of yesterday's conversation, but this is like my video diary. And I feel like if I'm thinking this and feeling this and this is like weighing on me, maybe it's weighing on you. And if me like fleshing it out and chatting about it helps you like navigate your thoughts, and that's the whole point. Like I just, yeah, I don't know. Okay, I'm rambling. I'm gonna go get my Diet Coke, just have a nice little car ride and enjoy the night. Showered, we are in our comfy cozies. I'm gonna wrap up the video here. I think I'm like struggling with how to end this because I feel like there's no conclusion. There's no way to really tie this up with a bow. It's just kind of like internal feelings that I'm gonna have to just work through and like navigate over probably my entire career, honestly. Yeah, I just like really envy people who kind of like know what they're meant to do with their life. Like I know some people they're like, they feel like they're born to be a nurse, or they're like born to be a teacher, or yeah, they just like have these passions, like these innate passions for a career and a job. And like, I just like don't, I think like when I got into the workforce, my passion was health and fitness. I really like, I loved it. I loved helping people. I loved working with people, and just like building relationships, I think, is probably my passion. There's just like so many avenues that you can kind of fulfill that with. And so I think for me, it's just kind of figuring out like, this job doesn't have to be forever for me. Like I don't always have to be like, what's next, and like think that I have to continue to try to move up. Like it's fine to just kind of like stay where I'm at for a little bit and get my footing. Like I don't have to have everything figured out. I'm not unhappy in any way, shape, or form. This is literally just me like, I don't know, overthinking and raveling and just feeling like I have to have all of the next steps lined up for me and know exactly what's coming. And that's just like not the case. It's never the case in life. And so I just need to kind of like sit with where I'm at and take it day by day and like figure it out. And I think all I can really do to like kind of get myself out of this rut a little bit is to just prioritize work-life balance in my everyday life and remind myself that work is not my entire life. And if it ever feels like I'm missing out on life or like sacrificing things that are important to me to like stay in this career, this job, whatever it may be, like that will kind of be my, I guess, sign that maybe it's not meant for me. And it's gonna be fine. It's literally gonna be fine. I cannot thank you enough. If you are watching right now and if you've made it through this video, I know it's been a lot of ranting, it's been a lot of rambling, it's been a lot of me like working out my thoughts. I just wanna say thank you for letting me vent at you basically for the last like, I don't even know how long this video is gonna be. And it just like means a lot that you are still here and like care, if that makes sense. And so I just want to say thank you. And I'm gonna end this off. I feel like I've been talking for decades. You're the best. I'm gonna start a new vlog either tomorrow or the next day, and it's gonna be like good positive vibes. Like I feel like I need that for myself. So we will do like a little weekend fun time, like spring refresh video. Like I need it. Like I need something like that, because this video was literally me just like pondering my existence for a week, and we got to get past it. We got to get past it. So I will see you in the next one.